The biggest confession in the century just dropped under everyone's nose, and no one is talking about it. Explosive audio. Did Lyndon B Johnson off JFK? The recent resurfacing of allegations against former President Lyndon B Johnson and his ties to Malcolm Wallace has reignited a decades-old debate about political conspiracies and the deep-seated corruption of American institutions. Guys, be aware that this audio clip has yet to officially be confirmed, but personally I am very confident where it's coming from and its history, alright? And it also fits with a whole ton of independent research that a lot of people that are well aware for decades of the situation have done. Also, keep in mind that if it's true if LBJ hired Mac Wallace, that does not mean that Mac Wallace actually pulled the trigger. I personally lean towards thinking that he did, but there's other people involved. He could have been a middleman, so there's nuances there that still have left to be gone over. In a recording recently released by Billy Sol Estes' grandson, it is claimed that LBJ orchestrated a series of discontinuations, including the elimination of John F. Kennedy, to consolidate his political power. These claims are based on never-before-heard audio of Clifton Carter, the former executive director of the Democratic National Committee and close associate of LBJ, admitting that LBJ hired Mac Wallace to off JFK. If true, these allegations suggest not just a betrayal in the 1960s, but a continued legacy of corruption within the government agencies that persists today. Dallas, where President Kennedy was tragically offed, remains central to this narrative and to the unanswered questions that haunt the city more than 60 years later. Alright, y'all, I think we've had enough of an intro. I want you to just hear it for itself. Keep in mind, I'm pretty sure that somebody was recording this conversation while talking to somebody else in person, alright? I think the person recording the conversation had the intent of getting the person they were talking to say as much as they could, and I think this was a conversation that was occurring in person between them, and the person they were talking to, Clifton Carter, was unaware that he was being recorded, alright? So let's keep that in mind when we listen in.
It's sure good to see you. How's life treating you today?
Well, Saul, it's been a pretty touch and go situation. Lyndon and I have had quite a few unpleasant words here lately over the deal with that he hired Mike Wallace to assassinate the president. It's been hectic in every way, but we've lived through it this far, and I guess we'll continue to do so. Lyndon should have never issued that order to Mike, but we've had our differences, and I'm a true blue to Lyndon, as I've always been, and tried to carry out every order that he'd ever given me, but this is one I'll probably never be able to forget. And the times that we've had in Texas, and the embarrassment that Lyndon had gotten from Kennedy, I guess there wasn't anything else to do but what he did.
Well, you know, Lyndon could have really helped me if he would.
Well, Lyndon's the kind of person that doesn't want to help anyone. He's all for Lyndon, and that's the way he's pretty much always been.
Well, they had me backed up on that Henry Marshall killing, and they just kind of blackmailed me to keep my mouth shut. And if I hadn't had a bunch of tapes that I'd played after he got killed, because 17 got killed in this situation very mysteriously. And I've done a lot of time, and I've lost a lot of money, and it's hurt my family a whole lot. And it's really got me just disgusted with Lyndon in one way. In one way, I feel real sorry for him. But I really feel like that in Lyndon's heart, he felt like that he was doing the right thing. He felt like that he was the savior of the common man. I feel like that in his heart, he wanted to help people that had not. But I don't believe that anything, my church-like background would have never let me sanction all the killings that he has done. you think about it, Cliff, do you really believe that it could have been handled anyway without killing all these people and got rid of the Kennedys? You think he would have won the election against him?
Well, I don't really believe so. You know, he tried desperately to do just that, and there didn't seem to be any other way. I know that he regrets a lot of things that he has done, but still, it's been a battle from day one.
Well, Dale, I sure do appreciate all the things that you've done for us, and I appreciate the trust that I've had. You've had anytime for a long time friend, and I'm just sorry that I've embarrassed all my friends and put all my friends through this. Oh, you didn't embarrass me. And what I was really afraid of, my brother Bob that got killed, our plane was down at Bryan the day that Mike Wallace killed Henry Marshall. And I was afraid it's going to tie him into the thing, and we couldn't afford to. In fact, Pam started to write a book. And when she really got scared when she got into the thing. It was just too scary a deal. But anyhow, this too will pass. Well, it's been a long, long old journey. What do you think about F.O. Bankston?
Well, W.O.'s a great leader, and he's been probably one of the best things that ever happened in Dallas, Texas. Of course, he's got a lot of real good friends, and Lyndon's been one of his true buddies for many, many years. And anything that he just has to have, that the old will see that it's done.
Well, I just can't believe that F.O. Bankston has the power over the police department that he has. You know, he buys every year, the sheriff buys him a brand new car, Bill Decker, and I just don't see how politically that he can get with it. But nobody will ever understand, and really in the early years I thought that Lyndon really had a mission from a higher power, who I choose to call God, to carry out a lot of things for the common people. And I really believe in his heart that he thought that he was destined to rule the people. How do you size up Lyndon, Cliff, after all these years of horror?
Well, actually, Lyndon's just been kind of going downhill health-wise and politically-wise. He's just wore out. And I feel like he's come to his end of his rope. But all these things that's been eating on him for all these years have just now taken its course. And I feel like Lyndon's done a lot of good things in his life, and he's done a lot of bad things.
But Cliff, I hate to see you so downtrodden and so discouraged. And I just hope that you can get a hold of yourself and not be so tore up. But anyhow, let's go in the house and let's have a cup of coffee and something to eat.
Hey, thank you guys for joining me on that. I hope you thought that was as wild as I did. I just wanted to get it to you early. It seems like no one is taking it seriously when it fits all of the circumstantial evidence surrounding the situation that I've been able to uncover and that I've heard from way more experienced researchers on the subject, man. So I hope you guys thought it was really cool. By the way, military helicopter hit a civilian plane in DC. We break down all the details. Check it out. Also, RFK eviscerated Elizabeth Warren, man. Check that out, dude. It was embarrassing, dude. I enjoyed the crap out of it.